let's get started. 3, 2, 1. Hey, this is Splatoon 2 Octo expansion, the Death Abuse. Not really a run that gets put into marathons, so I thought this would be a somewhat interesting thing, even if you don't really play as many levels as you would in normal 90%. As the name suggests, it's Death Abuse, so we skip a whole bunch of levels by dying a whole bunch of times. So any of those levels that you may remember playing, like Girl Power, Can't Touch the Station, so on, don't have to worry about them, just skip them. Though that doesn't mean there isn't any like really annoying levels, because unfortunately, due to how the game works by skipping stuff, we still have to play some to get enough currency to able to skip like the harder levels. So there's some that just are not viable to skip. But yeah, nothing really too much to say about this early part. It's the exact same as any other run. Got a few cutscenes to go through. There's about like, I don't know, probably 10 to 15 minutes of cutscenes. Unfortunately, none of them skippable. So it's there's a bit of a wait to start off. Though we get to some interesting characters like Telephone here, who is definitely not evil. I don't know what to give you that vibe. He's just trying to help us escape. Yeah. Guess the first main thing bring up with this coming up level is the where like the enemies spawn. We can throw bombs and kill them like right as they spawn. There is a bit of safety thing I'm going to be doing, just grabbing a extra piece of armor because I have a tendency of taking a bit more damage than I probably should and almost dying. So I want to try and avoid that as much as possible, even though I'm going to be doing that a lot during the entire run. And here's the introduction of CQ. He's going to be very vital for one of the things coming up in like, I don't know, 30 minutes. Because I alluded to it earlier, that we need currency, or whatever the game's currency is. I honestly cannot remember. To progress. So each time we die, we like complete the game over. It costs the same amount as it does to enter the level, and we have to pay that twice to skip. So 3 times overall. Let me just do this. And each time we discover a new railway line, we can get bonuses from CQ. So we get 8,000 money or whatever from him about halfway through the run. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. So we just throw a bomb over to the Octo lane. Finish it off quite fast. This one you can do it as well, but I'm not that great at it. One cool thing, well, slightly annoying thing, is if you turn around, I think it's like too fast looking at that second Octo lane now. She can spawn in different places. She's beginning a lot further than she was just now. So, oh, whoops. So I can waste a bit of time, but luckily that did not happen. It usually doesn't, but it can be a bit of a factor that plays into it. And that last person with the Jets Squelcher? No, that's something else. With the hover pack or whatever. Is what I'm a bit wary of and why I grabbed the extra shield. She is quite good at shooting me down. So waste a bit of time. Even if it's just the shield getting broken, slows you down, so try to avoid that as much as possible. Okay, next level is Rollout Station. Use the ball power special from the online stuff. But we get to be permanently in the ball, so it's quite a lot of fun. One thing, I'll probably go out my way a little bit for some of the currency. Just because I've had runs that have died on a late level, like the last level I would have to do, just because I didn't have enough to pay for the entire thing. You need 9,000, I think it is, by the last level. I had like 8,909 or something. So, if I can avoid that, great. It just means that I'll have to play through one level, and that level is quite long. So it's one of the boss battles. Be great to avoid. But it shouldn't play in a factor. Oh yeah. Just saw the 15,000, or 1,500. Bit difference. Nice going. This is actually the first level that we take a Death Abuse. Anyone who's played this game before probably remembers the 8-ball as being one of the worst, well, some of the worst levels. Luckily we skipped both of them that we usually have to do during any percent. So won't even have to worry about pushing them along. Though it also does mean that we skip a pretty cool skip in this level, called Seesaw Skip. So yeah. This is just telling us how we're bypassing everything, downloading the answers, and just skipping the level. In return, we get a grey mem cake, which is what the rewards are for all of it. Although it doesn't really matter in this case, but it does look a little bit different. Okay, so this next level is, in my opinion, one of the most annoying levels, even just normal any percent. Find this a lot harder than some of what most people find as a difficult level. I've been practicing it over the last couple of days, and have gotten somewhat consistent at not dying. But this also introduces a thing that why we can't skip it. It takes 5 minutes, like it's a set 5 minutes, we don't have any lives. So we can't just burn through our lives and skip the level, or else we probably would. Personally, I do not like the, I always forget, the Rainmaker? Luckily, didn't have to die at the end there. If we do have to get back to the weapon, grab it, try and get back onto the platform. If it died twice, it usually has to go back and respawn and it wastes a whole bunch of time. It's no fun for anyone. But yeah, next to introduce probably one of my favorite characters that only gets like 2 segments of dialogue in the game. Iso Padre. He collects the mem cakes, get rewards for completing them. We'll hear back from him later once we complete what was it, Station A? Pretty much Dr. Robotnik, except for better. And a lot kinda. Okay, this level I had a lot of trouble this morning with. There's a whole bunch of snipers. And they, for some reason, had like really good shots today, and killed me for the first time. So hopefully that doesn't happen. I was told that I probably should take it a little bit safer, but I'm just gonna do my usual stuff. It shouldn't be an issue. And it wasn't. But yeah, for some reason they can just, while you're underneath, just shoot you, take away your shield in one shot. It's a bit of a pain, but one thing I didn't actually say is throwing the bomb at the data pillars just opens them up immediately. So doing that whenever we can saves a little bit of time there. Another level that I really dislike, 3 of them in a row. Though this is probably the last one that will give me much trouble. Usually it would be a lot safer just to use the sniper here, just because it gives precise shots. But it shouldn't be too much of an issue. I've been learning the jet ski, lots of stuff. Still not great at it, but I'm a lot better than I was previously. So hopefully I shouldn't shoot the failed balloons and won't fail. Oh, come on. Awesome. So yeah, I think I ended up popping one of the balloons there, but because we hit the 2... Oh, that's a really good time save. Because we ended up hitting the 2 ones that we were supposed to be popping first. It counts as a pass rather than a fail. So don't mind throwing a bomb at the end there. Now we get back to the death abuse stuff. And this will be happening for the next like 3-4 levels. And then we get to start playing levels again. Yeah, there's not much to say about this. It's pretty I don't know what word I was trying to go from there. Here's the first thing. The 4 things we're trying to collect. These will be our escape route. Just 3 more to go. Like always, menuing is my worst part of these games. So, probably going to be making a bit of a mistake. So yeah, I choose this gun here. I don't necessarily need it, because again I'm going to be death abusing. But I choose it because it gives me a little bit extra bonus after we complete a level. And it's just in case. Like I said, I've been 3 currency, whatever, off from being able to complete a run before. So I prefer not to take that risk. Then again, I was also 900 in a run earlier today, plus. So I know there's a bit of leniency in a lot of these. And as long as we don't accidentally play a level for a 3rd time, we should be fine on money. So, shouldn't play too big of an issue. Okay, this next level is one I'm really glad we're skipping. It's what I've brought up earlier, can't touch this station. Have to go through the entire level without getting hit once. Not really a fun level during casual play, at least in my opinion. It probably took me like, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes the first time through, and it still takes like, I think, 3 to 4 minutes in a speedrun, so being able to cut this out is quite good. One more, and then we can get back to playing the game properly. Next level is probably one of my favorites, specifically in this type of run. No whammy station. Have to try and get one of the orbs not to be, I guess, not to be destroyed. I don't know, not to be hit enough to be blown up. Pride myself on not ever failing this, so here's hoping that continues. and I didn't just jinx myself. It's not too hard. But I'm going to see if I can get this without taking a single bit of damage. I don't often get out of here without taking any damage, but it's not too difficult. Yep, that didn't work out as well as I hoped it would, but we didn't die, so that's the main thing. So yeah, next one is the second thing. Actually, I forget which part this one is. This is usually the last one I do at 80%, so... But yeah, usually in like 80% you can pick either direction. But because we skip a whole bunch on the right side of the track, we want to go left, build up a whole bunch of the currency and make sure that we can actually skip the other levels, so we don't really get that much of a choice. Next up, Bounce for Me Station. This one's slightly annoying in Death of Beast. Like, it's not any more annoying than any other level, but depending on which way you jump, you can land on the sign that's on the side there. Like in the grate, it gets a tad stuck and not get a clean jump off. Just wasted like a small amount of time, but this is also one of, I think, the only levels that have a timer, so we can actually tell like if we're going decently fast on the Death Abuse. Most of the time I get around like mid 30 milliseconds, but you can get up to like mid 40 or however you measure that. So, definitely do it faster than what I just did, but it saves probably upwards of a second at most. So it's not that big of a deal. It's actually one of the levels that we get to play legit now. It's a pretty easy level. If you've ever seen 80%, like some of the top players, they'll do a skip here. Go to one of the checkpoints over here. I cannot do that, but I have this skip instead. I still think it's quite cool. So it does skip a single checkpoint rather than two, I believe. Two checkpoints there. It's just a tad faster. I'm going to say great. I don't want to say numbers because that's, I'm not entirely sure how much that saves. I just know it's faster. And it looks somewhat cool. Next up is an 8-ball level, so we're going to skip it. We really just do not want to bother with 8-ball levels. They are not the easiest things to control. Yeah, we just have it as the, was it the R number? Somewhere in the realm of the real numbers. That's how much time it saves. Leave it as ambiguous as possible. So yeah, next level is, I believe, Shrinking Ink. In my run this morning, yep, Shrinking Ink Station. In my run this morning, I was on a pretty good pace, but I lost like 35 seconds to this level because of the player not being able to, like, not getting a jump input. So, kind of hoping that doesn't happen again. It's a fairly simple level. Just stuff like that happens every once in a while. So no, nothing we have to worry about. But yeah, that last, from the sponge to the spinning brick thing, ended up falling straight off and losing a potential PB run. So that's no fun. Okay, get another level that we get to play. Actually a pretty annoying level. There's a bit of a cycle that I want to make. I'm not too great at picking it, but I'll try. I'll try to get a high, like a decent time. Okay, that's not gonna happen. I know you can get, like, I think 40s, I want to say, but that's usually about as good as they get. So I'm quite happy with that. Usually get like a 35, so I'll take a 33. This next level can be quite punishing if you don't do it correctly. If you screw up like anything, like miss any boxes, you kind of just have to restart. So, and it loses like 30 seconds, 35 seconds, depending on where you restart from. But that doesn't seem like it's going to be an issue. Yeah, the ones on the grind rail you can easily miss, and if you miss them, you take the death and reset the level. There's nothing you really can do there. Okay, so next up is Gale Power. What most people consider as one of the harder levels, from what I've been able to tell. I think this level is actually surprisingly easy for what it is. Once you actually know the where everything spawns and the timing and all that, it's really not all that difficult. Most times just throw a bomb and it will blow up the enemy before you really have to worry about it. Do I have enough? Yeah, I should. See, I'm about 500 anyway. If I miscount it, I'll do with that. But yeah, pay for one, pay for two. We're fine. If I accidentally press A and want to play through this level again and try again, then we'll be in a bit of a trouble. But he's hoping that doesn't happen. The only thing to note here is there's that little bracket between the two fences there. If you end up hitting it, it can halt you a little bit, waste a tiny segment of time. But it's usually nothing that you have to worry about. You can jump around it, it's no big deal. This is actually a really good run so far. I don't really want to say it because I'm probably going to screw up something now, but we're 47 seconds ahead of PB. So I'm pretty confident. Oh, I've got to go back and talk to CQ. I'll do it right after this level. See how much. That was really clean. Holy shit. I usually miss that last guy because he jumps around a fair bit. Actually, I'll do it after this thing because yeah. There is a small trick in this level that will that lets us skip a bit at the final. It's fairly easy to get, but it's also quite easy to miss, if that makes any sense. It wastes about 10 seconds if we miss it, so it's not too big of a deal. Right here, yeah. We're able to skip up and jump up to the next part of the platform. But unfortunately that is not the case there. Okay, something weird that's been going on with that level. Usually the middle thing only takes 2 shots for me, but it's been taking 3 as of late. I'm not sure if I'm just misremembering things or something. I'm playing differently somehow. But it's been kind of weird, and I don't know what's happening. So, but I'm probably just misremembering stuff. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. But yeah, this is the third thing. can't tell already, it is a blender. How is a blender going to help us escape? It's not. It really does just not help to escape. But we collect the pieces anyway, because characters don't know it's a blender. Okay, this is something that can lose a bit of time. There's a bit of menuing. Cursor starts off at, wait a second. So there's a tiny bit of menuing, but it can waste a bit of time. Before we move on, we do have to talk to CQ. Because I forgot to do it earlier. So there's 8,000 that we needed. If I could menu. And next is Matchmaster. Matchmaster is usually, again, one of the harder levels in the game. Or at least in the 80% run. Have to make sure that we don't break any of the brown crates. And match this wonderful octopus statue. But we don't want any of that. So just jump off the side. One tiny thing here is we really don't want to hit the platform on the way down. If we do, we land in the water and the death animation is a lot longer. So try to avoid that as much as possible. But it's not too difficult. This will tell us if we have enough. How much are we over? 900 again. Yeah, we'll have no problems getting to the end of the game now. Doing the death abuse with the inkjet is a bit annoying, just because it wants to force you up. But you can jump midway through and it puts you straight into squid mode. Puts you off the side. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but like what's optimal stuff for it. But this seems to work. But yeah, usually we'd have to defeat a boss, and doing that with the inkjet is a pain. I'm usually quite bad at it. Luckily we don't have to worry about it now. Cool. So that's almost to the escape sequence. We do get to play one level in the escape. Just because it's a lot slower to kill ourselves 5 times. Or I take the deaths or whatever. And that's escape 4. So the first 3 we skip, the last whatever we skip, and then we do the turf war at the end with the massive statue. And that's always quite fun. So get to listen to some pretty great songs. Cool. So we got a 2-minute cutscene here. He's just assembling our escape. That will definitely not harm us in any way, shape or form. Especially not those metal blades. But this is usually one of our few breaks that we have, so... yeah, it's a little bit more dangerous than the blender. Yeah, it's just warping us until Agent 3? Yes, Agent 3 saves us. So we're fine. It's all good. No need to worry. I don't know why I'm mashing trying to mash through the text. There's nothing I can do to make this go faster, unfortunately. But yeah, we got 7 levels to go through, like I mentioned. Trying to escape this place. First place is a stealth mission. Will be extremely stealthy. None of the guards will see us whatsoever. I can assure you of that. They won't even know we got through. By the end of this, we won't even know how we got through. It's quite funny because they have to give an excuse of how Agent A got through all of this. So to have a little bit of a text for each one, I find all of them are quite amusing. Somehow they managed to sneak through. Yeah, so even a game saying that we passed the test. No, none of the enemies saw us. One thing this is with the Octo Stomper here, it can just choose not to spot you straight away. Are you kidding? That should have broke that box. But yeah, you can just choose not to see you. It's a bit of a pain. It takes a little bit more time. But... ooh, that was a fast one. Nice. So what we're trying to do here, because this is the closest part that we can get to that's a kill point. We want to jump around the wall. So that, and not hit the floor there, so that it takes less time for us to respawn. If we jump at the right point, we can die earlier than we would usually. What you saw during the first jump, that jump that we just did then is what we're trying to have happen, and that one is what we really don't want to happen. So we got to see all 3. I believe there's even one faster one, if I remember correctly, but it's not one I can do. And somehow we got a weapon and moved on to the next stage. I'm not sure where Asian Head picked it up, but we have a weapon now. So yeah, similarly to like 3 or 4 levels ago, we really do not want to land in the water. As you see there, it takes quite a while for the death animation to happen. So we want that more. It's not too hard to do, but that first jump particularly is just a pain. If we hit the edge of the platform at all, we will be landing in the water. But for the most part, that went pretty much as expected. And here's the only level, well, we still got like the final boss, but here's like the level that we get to play through. It's actually probably one of the funner ones. Luckily we don't get to play through one of the, I think it's Escape 6. That's like the worst level. But this is not that bad. I do have a bit of a tendency to die to these lazy right here. So let's not do that. Yeah, I believe it's just like there's no good place to take a death abuse. That would make it faster to do so. Or we just don't know. That actually went really well. I don't think I've had a phase 4 before, at least not in these runs. Oh, maybe I have, judging on my gold. That's still a fairly solid time save, so 25 seconds, quite nice. This is also probably like one of my more favourite levels. Unfortunately we don't get to play. Using the jet to go around and collect all the data points. A few cycles to make. Don't have to worry about it. This is only the cycle we need. We'll somehow make it. The game won't explain it too much, but we'll make it. That's fine. And this is the stage I was talking about. Probably one of the worst escape sequences. Quite a difficult one. Having to guide the core all the way to the end without taking too much damage. But we'll leave it to Agent 8 like the rest of the levels to figure it out for herself. How we're supposed to get through it. One last level that we have to do the usual 5 different boosts on. Don't even get to see what the Agent 3 fight's like. We will get to see the final boss, which is cool enough. I think you can just like slide straight off that, but I always forget. Yeah, I think jumping's faster. Oh yeah, it's the one that gets done off screen. They didn't deem it important enough to show on camera. Whatever Agent 3 fighter was, we ended up victorious. That's the main thing. Yeah, unfortunately now we get to sit through a 5-minute cutscene. Though we do get to introduce to probably one of my favourite characters, being the Hype Man. Who is definitely not Captain Cuttlefish. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the run. Well, have enjoyed the run so far. No, this is not the most interesting category in the world, but thought it would be something a bit different. Show off something that usually doesn't get to get shown off during runs. So I honestly thought this was going to go a lot worse than it did. That's why my estimate is still like 15 minutes away. There's, like I brought up earlier, some of the routing with the coins or currency or whatever can be a bit of a pain when you under and don't realise it until the end. So, but luckily we didn't have to worry about that. You guys haven't played the Octo expansion. Its whole point is to stop this guy from destroying the intellectuals. What we're going to get blended into. So quite dark. Surprisingly so. But it's a good game. Luckily, I guess in some respects, luckily you haven't seen that much of it. If you haven't played it before. So it's definitely worth a play. Without, you know, skipping through every single level. Quite a lot of challenges. Especially in Agent 3 fight. Which even I haven't gone through properly yet. So, still got to do that at some point. Yes. Get to see Marina's top-notch Photoshop skills. somehow she put this all together in very little time, and even included like proper like, shots of each character. Pretty impressive. Yes, and he is the hype man. So yeah, we just had to cover the entire statue with ink using the bombs. We're almost at time, by the way. Yeah, just going over the entire plan, making sure that we know exactly what's going on. We'll try not to screw it up too much. Oh no, we got the bad end. Whatever shall we do? Incopolis, it's destroyed. Can't believe it. Yeah, that's we somehow covered the massive statue in ink and the world is saved. That ending is the main reason why I like this category so much. It's so dumb. But yeah, somehow we did it. Good job us. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that. That actually ended up being a pretty solid PB. We ended up getting 1 minute 10 seconds under my last PB, so it's quite good. Yeah, I think next up is VVV. So hope you guys enjoyed that. Nothing else to really say.